I want to do this episode.
You gotta.
I don't. They're gonna crucify me for it, Amber. Do you know what these people are like? They're going to crucify me. Here at Metafix, nothing is out of our purview, regardless of how easy or hard it is to get. If we can get our hands on it, we gotta talk about it. And this is an episode that's been coming for a bit. And I just gotta rip off the band-aid. Let's do this. We gotta talk about the sniper rifle. We happen to have a White Lantern one. One is available in all colors, but to get it with your power battery, you gotta get the White Lantern. The rest of them are either con in your store or con exclusive items. This thing scares the bejesus out of me. The bejesus. I'm using that word specifically in this manner. Bejesus. Scary. The reason is some characters may have been overlooked in the design process of this particular piece. Some of you may be aware that the Shriek has an effect that works on her 6th range, which becomes 10 with the sniper rifle. Professor X's bubble at 8 range becomes 10. So it's a 2 extra squares, but that bubble becomes, like, given the way that range works in Heroclix, exponentially bigger when you think about you're gaining about 20 squares, give or take, on each side. That's a rough estimate. I'm not doing the actual numbers. I'm afraid of this thing. I don't want to give it too much credit. Some characters, I believe, have got a lot of potential as far as what could happen. So let's go through it as best we can. So let's start looking backwards at AVX. Or AVX. Wolverine and the X-Men. With a character like Longshot. He's got 3 targets. He's got 5 range. He's got probability control. When he hits with an attack, it's a critical hit. And when he does critically hit, he does like ridiculously large amounts of extra damage, and it gets even bigger. Beyond that effect, the fact that he critically hits on every attack is pretty insane because he's got 3 targets, but even though he's only got 2 damage, that +1 on a critical hit is on every hit target. So if he targets 3 characters, they each take 1 additional damage. Amber might do an episode on this with damage dealt, so we're not going to get too far into it. But that said, include that with the sniper rifle, he doesn't lose the number of targets he has with the range replacement. So it becomes a 10 range with 3 targets that all get critically hit. And that's just a 75-point figure. Do you know who else is 75 points and gets scary with this thing? Karnak. All of Karnak's attacks deal penetrating damage. He doesn't have Battle Fury, so nothing's stopping him from taking range attacks. He's got Precision Strike, which means he ignores super senses. Slap on this bad boy on him, and all of a sudden he's an 11 attack, 10 range, all damages penetrating character with Precision Strike. Amber is giving me the worst faces right now, and I know you guys are all looking at me like, "Oh, Jason, how dare you!" Yondu's already got 8 range. Now it's 10. You don't even need a build for him. Do you know who else makes all these other characters, the sniper rifles, scary? Bill! 30 points, you can pop off that first click. Oh, look at that, your 10 range guy doesn't even need to draw a line of fire. Phantom X! Okay, Phantom X has a 5 range, which he can draw out of his little UFO Eva. Now he can draw 10 range out of Eva. This is nuts! The potential on this thing. I mean, dupe! Dupe at a 10 range with Precision Strike. If you manage to get the range back on him, you're still only doing 1 damage at a time. Dupe is amazing. Okay, Dupe's just amazing. I just wanted to pull him into the episode, and I'm probably going to do this a lot in Metafix. But, Dupe! You know who's even scarier with the sniper rifle? Characters like Lara. Characters like Abin Sur. Why are they scary with the sniper rifle? Because they don't even need a power plant to get it. They can start the game with it. Abensur is 56 points at 10 range with running shot. Lyra is 119 points now with transporter 10 attack, or 11 attack, 10 range, reduced to 5 if she uses transport. Do you know who I think becomes the scariest character in the world with a sniper rifle? Constrictor. The three of you who just laughed, get out of the room. His trait, 2 coils. Trait! He's got 2 targets with 3 range, 10 range now. When Constrictor targets 2 characters with a ranged combat attack, instead of dividing the damage between them, he may deal his printed damage value to both targets. That was me dropping the mic, but do you know who else comes scary with a sniper rifle? Weasel. Okay, if you guys laughed, he's already scary, so get out of the room too. Weasel. Weasel's enhancement increases range and attack value as well. Now, the reason that's scary, because when you're increasing range, this is a replacement. This is an increase. Replace, then modify. 11 range on anybody. How scary is this? Right there. 11 range Karnak. All damage is penetrating. 11 range long shot. All hits are critical hits. Probably. Okay, I'm going a little overboard towards the back. But you kind of understand this one piece does take a lot of characters that are easily dismissible. I mean, Lara and Abensur not dismissible. Abensur at 50 points is a huge bargain. A min-max nice little tasty bit. He does take up your prime slot, but, you know, sometimes you gotta pick your primes. I think I did an episode on that, right? Lara, we saw her do well in the Worlds. I mean, she seems mostly close combat, but add her in that 10 range, hey, who knows, you know? I mean, heck, it's just a 6-point relic, or 6-point construct. Use that as your basis to start moving up in points with constructs. Patrick Yubjoko piloted it all the way up to a barrier to win the Worlds with it, so, I mean, there's already potential seen in there. I want to kind of point out that there are characters, Phantom X already we know is a threat in the metagame, almost as threatening as Iron Pharaoh. Mostly the fact that Eva is killable by like poison kind of makes her less of a threat. But still, when you can keep the Eva 10 squares away from something and start shooting at it with Phantom X still in your starting area, that kind of alleviates the pain of, oh my goodness, they might poison me. So, but most important to note is characters like Karnak, characters like Constrictor, characters like Longshot become threats if you can get this sniper rifle on them. Relying on it's a little tricky. It's still stoppable. Like, if somebody's desperate enough and they see a sniper rifle on their team, instead of taking your ring, they might just pop off the sniper rifle with a Lydia Maller and just be done with it. They don't get the sniper rifle for the Lydia Maller because this isn't a relic, technically, based on the rules of ruling. This is a construct, so Lydia Maller rules lawyer can do that on another episode anyway. But
I've
Lydia
already
Maller
done that.
Okay, Lydia Maller. See, she's done it. She's done. Go watch the episode. I'm all over the place here. So. this is my comedy episode of the Metafix. Talon becomes scary with a sniper rifle. That's me dropping the mic. Metafix is brought to you in part by Majestics, Comics, Collectibles, and Games, down in Costa Mesa, California. If you don't live in Costa Mesa, California, they even have an eBay web store or their own online store. Check the links down below and see what they got. eBay store is refreshing quite often, and since the store is run by our champ, Patrick Yubjoko, there's bound to be new stuff added to the store on a regular basis. Thanks a lot, guys.